Yes, yes, yes. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Silly Geezas channel. Today we're gonna be talking about a few things United, a few things their transfers, a few things of how the window's going so far this season, and a few things of just our opinions on how the Premier's going. So welcome back, welcome back. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get right into it.
What's up, guys? When you're right, mate. Anyways, let's talk about first, innit? Yeah, I'd say United. Because as United fans, we might as well talk about our own club, how they're doing, how through the season. January's coming up. I mean, I see it, and that's transfer is open. We talk about stuff like
I
that.
mean, I think as humble United fans, we both can say the season ain't going how we wish it was. It should have been gone. We're currently sitting seventh in the table. We've already gone through two managers, and we look like we're just getting worse and worse. Like it's just embarrassing for us United fans. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what did you think? Where did you think United were gonna do this season?
When the league started, when we had Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane,
Um,
you think like you have everything. But I said this last year to a bunch of people. I told them with that midfield, we're not getting anywhere. We can't dream of winning
yeah,
Champions League, Premier League, any cup with that midfield. You've got like the worst. I would say like there's only a handful of teams that got a worse midfield than us. Like probably
yeah.
15 teams got a better midfield than us. And if you say that a United team, their midfield is worse than 15 other Premier League teams, and you're considering there's Newcastle in there, stuff like that, yeah, like
Yeah,
that just shows how bad that midfield is. And you can say we've got one of the best attacks, as in name wise. Defenders, they're
yeah,
quite decent, except Maguire. You think, oh yeah, it's fine, but that midfield it's detrimental to how the team plays, how we like the way we're playing. We rely on individual brilliance in it, and you can't
yeah,
do that as
hundred
a team.
percent.
Like Man City, they have Rodri just control that midfield. Gundogan can come in, Fernandinho can come in. Liverpool, their midfield is strong sometimes.
Yeah,
Also, who I said were on the shittest midfield before, their midfield it's all right, but
but they had Party, that guy who just hold it down. Like
he's been a
as
flop in my
how
opinion.
I get that, but like he's the kind of guy that holds it down and allows freedom for the other players to like do their thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we've been missing for a long while, like that
Yeah, we didn't have the
type player.
option. Yeah, we didn't have
Exactly.
the
And I
option.
think the thing is though, I think our best player that does that is Matic. And the only issue with him is
Yeah,
he's like 47 years old, which is kind of sad. Like he's great on the ball. Let's be real. Like I've seen this guy do some nice things. And he can tackle, he's got great awareness. He's just old, he doesn't have the legs. And when you
yeah,
put someone with him, it doesn't even seem to work because they seem clueless at that point. So it is a very worrying thing for United. The fact that
yeah.
we've
Genuinely,
needed the DM for like what? When did Carrick retire? I said we've needed a DM since Carrick
that's
retired,
yeah,
someone to
long
replace
time.
him,
I have a long time.
and we haven't even done none of that. Like we have McTominay playing DM. He is not a United player. Like he should be playing for a mid-table team. The guy can shoot. That's about it. Genuinely, I don't know what else the guy can
Legit.
do.
Yeah,
He can shoot, and that's it. It is. I've said this so many times. He scores a goal here and there and bans another 10 games. It's just sad. He just does a banger. He takes a shot whenever he wants, and he's got a good shot on it. But that's not what we're looking for in our DM position. So
yeah.
it is kind of sad. I don't know what's happening. The thing is, like, I guess with how the window went, we all can say we expected our team to be a lot better, at least top four, fighting for the title. But the fact that we're currently seventh, we're looking like a mid-table team.
But the
We've
thing
just got
is,
rid of our manager. We've got a new one in. It's just not looking good.
like honestly, like obviously we're biased in it, and obviously you want to go in the season saying you're gonna win the league, you're gonna get fourth, whatever in
Yeah,
it. Yeah, and we all say that, but like I was trying to be realistic to myself in it. Yeah, I was saying you're gonna get fourth, etc. But I genuinely started the season. I was thinking fourth is a struggle. The reason why I said that is because of the
yeah,
fact that that midfield, and I said it long term, that midfield is not going to do anything. But obviously, I looked at Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, Leicester, and stuff like that. I thought we're better than them. Yeah,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
100% better than them. But that's why I was thinking, yeah, top four maybe. But even then, I was thinking maybe because Arsenal have no European League, no football.
yeah. They just focus on the
Tottenham,
league.
they're out now. West Ham, they're still in it, but I mean somehow they're getting by. And Leicester, I mean, they just I don't know what they're screwing up in it. But like that's why I still feared getting fourth because
Yeah,
Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City are much better than us. And it's
they
that one
basically
spot.
secured top three. Yeah, and
Oh,
you
you know
got
what?
that one
You'd be
spot
surprised,
with
isn't it?
like four clubs. Yeah, I get you, but you have like that
Yeah, I
fourth
know.
spot with like four clubs trying to get into it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, West Ham have impressed me the most because look at what they're doing with their squad and their manager, and it's like
Yeah,
it doesn't
the
even look
squad
like
is
we
so
can catch
small.
them up. Exactly.
Mm. But I mean, look, like I said, the thing is, before get into the season, I always said as well, yeah, Solskjaer, like he wasn't the right man. He deserved the chance to take us there because he done well in our
Yeah.
season, etc. But if you want to progress as a club, you can't keep someone like that at the club because you could just tell he didn't have the X factor that could win us the
Yeah.
title, or he couldn't win the European final. Like that game
Yeah.
showed everything that
That should have been
he
his
got.
last game. That
Yeah,
should have been his last game because he reached how many semi-finals and people were saying, "Look, we're progressing. We're getting into the semi-finals and whatnot." But he went to the final, and United shouldn't be losing finals, especially in Europa League in a competition we shouldn't even be in. If you're getting to
especially
the
against
Europa League
Villarreal, bro.
final, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's a big team. Like no disrespect to them, but United in a final should not be losing, and they controlled us that game. Like we did not deserve to win that game. Let's be real. We were lucky to get to a penalty shootout, I think. And the fact that they couldn't save a single penalty, look, that's a different story, you know. But the
We
fact
can't
is,
talk
we should
about
have
him.
not gone
He's
to a
one of the
penalty
best players
shootout.
in the team
He's
right
he's,
now.
he's our best player right now, but
Yeah.
we should have not gone to that point. We should have won that game easily, to be honest with you, and we should have been like comfortable. But it's the fact that we went to a final in the Europa League and we struggled, and that should have been his last game. Like that should have been his hurrah. I think if he left then, like his status would have been all
It'll
right.
be
Like
fine. It'll be fine. Yeah.
exactly.
He didn't win
It's
anything,
just
but like he took us to a spot from where Mourinho left us. He took us
yeah,
somewhere, but like we didn't think we could get there, innit? And he got us there. But he was capped. Like as a manager, he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have the experience, the skills.
legit,
I don't think to
exactly.
take us to the next level. So yeah, but that's what I said. When we started the season with him in it, and what I like the memories we've had of him spotting the final stuff like that, it
Yeah,
didn't fill me with confidence in it. So that's what I had a
you
feeling
just knew he wasn't gonna
before
bang.
end of
Yeah,
before end of the year. I knew he was gonna get sacked eventually, and especially because the board like they signed all these good players. Fair enough, but you didn't sign the one position that we don't have.
that we've
We have all the
needed
attacking players in the
exactly.
world. Like we don't like. I'll take Ronaldo any day of the year. I'll take him any time. But like we needed a midfielder in it, and we didn't get that. And that's why when the season started, I had no confidence of getting anywhere because that midfield is not going to win you anything.
Do you know what it is though as well? It's with Ollie, right? I think the biggest thing I found about him was his stubbornness. Like his team
100%.
would get smoked, his team would get battered, and he would not change at all. And the biggest issue I remember, I think from his first season, right, is the fact that we didn't have depth, but we still did really good. And then every season we started getting depth. We got in players. We got Sancho, who you wanted for the past 2-3 years, and he barely played. And even if he did play, he played in the wrong position. Like, how can you have faith in a manager who does that? Like, I don't get it. And people keep talking about Donny van der Beek and these types of players. It's like they've come to play. They're not here to sit on the bench and watch Fred and
Yeah, literally.
McTominay
Yeah,
ruin our midfield. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I think that was the biggest issue with him. Even like Tellers, right? Ollie should have given Tellers more chances. Like rotation just wasn't an option for this guy at all. He used to play the same 11 every game and just watch us get smoked. And
It's
you
like
see
it's
him
an
on the
ultimate
touchline
team. Yeah,
smiling and high fiving everyone, and it's like, bro, he's just a joke at that point.
literally, it's like ultimate team. You just put the same team out every time. But
Legit,
look,
I don't get it.
and then like you see, we ran it yeah in the beginning. Obviously, he used Tellez and Dallo, and now look at you saw the period Tellez was playing consistently well. Lucho wasn't
Exactly.
playing.
Yeah.
Dallo's obviously now back. Dallo's probably number one. Like obviously,
Yeah.
I'm second to the last couple of games,
Uh,
but I think he's number one now. But you know what it is? I think there's another thing people don't realize. They say we've got good attackers, and we do, but I think people say our attack's good. I think that's completely wrong. I think we've got the most dysfunctional attack. Like the way we
yeah.
attack as a team, it doesn't seem like
100%.
these men know what they're doing. Like Man City and
Do you know what
Liverpool, I
it is?
know when Salah has
Yeah.
a ball, you could just tell what's gonna happen in it. But with our team,
Yeah.
it's like they act like they're the best player in the team, and they're like I'm gonna do everything. I can score myself.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't play the team up front.
That's true because like you have people like I love Greenwood. Don't get twisted. Like I love Greenwood, but Greenwood is very selfish. Like there are times where he can slip in a Ronaldo or Cavani, and he just does the same thing where he cuts in and shoots. And that's like at the start of the season it worked because he was like our focal point. Like he was our striker, so he needed to bang the shots in. But then we signed Ronaldo. We have Cavani playing recent games. We've got Rashford coming back from an injury. It's like it seems like our attack just has no fluidity whatsoever. It's like they're not on the same page. I think that's the biggest issue. I
Not
think
at all.
everyone's trying to
Not at
do
all.
their own thing, and the other issue is our midfield has no creativity without Bruno to even slip anyone in, and it's just I think you can see like we really don't know what we're doing up there. Like as you said at the start, we were just winning because of individual brilliance. We just have Ronaldo scoring goals after
Mm.
goals, and we're getting points and stuff. But that it doesn't show a good team. It just shows a good
Thing is,
player. To
give
be
the
honest with
benefit
you.
of doubt I give to Greenwood is that I reckon, yeah, he got taught by Ronaldo and Cavani to be a bit more selfish, innit? Because Ronaldo and Cavani, when they're in attacking positions,
Yeah,
they seem quite they're selfish, innit? So
yeah,
they'll take the shot wherever. You see Ronaldo, he shoots from anywhere, even the
yeah,
passes also. I reckon some of that is down to them teaching him, yo, just shoot when the opportunity is there, innit? So because
yeah.
usually I always he is selfish, but I think it's because he backs himself, backs his shot, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
there
yeah.
are times where I'm
Uh,
thinking he is selfless because his passing is quite good. But yeah, recently he's just been a bit too selfish, innit?
do you know,
And
it
that's
is like
costing us
I,
sometimes.
I get you're backing yourself and whatnot, but when there's clear opportunities of two
Yeah,
world class strikers that know how to shoot you, running both sides of you, and there's a defender blocking in front of you, you're not gonna take the shot. Like
yeah.
it's obvious. Like any schoolboy would know what to do at that point. Like you can play Sunday league football, and when you have two world class strikers next to you, you're gonna try to slip one of them in for a better chance, a better opportunity.
Mm.
I think that's his biggest. But the thing is, like we're talking about Greenwood. He's like what 18, 19 years old. He's he's just starting
I've
his
been
career.
playing
Let's
now.
be real. He's 20 years old. Sorry, yeah. But
Yeah,
he's just learning. Like he's got Cavani and Ronaldo
yeah.
to help teach him.
He's
He
not
had
my
Solskjaer
issue.
at the
You know what I
start.
mean?
To exactly, yeah, that's something. I'm just saying he's a part of the front is to why there's no fluidity.
Yeah.
And then you have Rashford, who I'm not gonna lie to you. When he was injured, he played better. Like he has no confidence
Yeah,
whatsoever.
bro. Honestly,
I
it's
feel
mad.
bad. I feel bad. Like last year, he got what like 31 goals and assists for us altogether in all
Yeah,
comps, and it's like
something like
he's
that.
come back after operation. You think he's gonna be like on it now? Like everyone, I was talking about how he's probably our best player because now you're gonna see like proper Rashford back, and he just has zero confidence. I don't
Mm.
know what's wrong with him. Like it's very weird with our strikers, to be honest with you.
Now it is sad because like we got so much potential. It's ridiculous how much potential we have. The Greenwood, with Sancho, with Rashford, you got Cavani and Ronaldo. You got Martial on the bench, Elanga, Ahmad. Like you
Yeah,
got so many players that you can integrate in this team in it, and yet we can't find that because we can't find the perfect front forward. And yet on the training ground, you think,
yeah,
what are they doing? See what I'm saying? Like I think
exactly.
Greenwood belongs in the team. If you're gonna play that 4-2-2 formation, I think it should be Ronaldo and Greenwood.
Yeah,
I know Cavani can play
yeah,
that, even though he can play that, but the last two games you could just see that his energy levels drop because Ronaldo energy level
yeah,
is never going to be at the same as the Cavani's, isn't it? Yeah, because you're going to have that one. Basically, you're playing with 10 man at times, so
yeah,
Cavani has to be on it the whole game, and he doesn't have that in him. So for me, he's either plays 60 minutes, is subbed off, or comes on a sub in. And
yeah,
for me, Greenwood should be up there the whole time because I feel like he doesn't do that much running, but I feel like his movement is good enough
yeah, yeah.
for him to be there. And Cavani could be
He's
off
a
the
threat.
bench or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
I think
but I
if you're
mean,
playing 4-2-2, it makes sense to have Ronaldo and Greenwood up top. But then behind him, it's so important to have Sancho and Bruno there. I feel like
hundred
because
percent.
there are only two creative players. Like you could say Donny is creative, but no manager wants to give him a run of games. People say, "Oh, he hasn't impressed you in what? He's literally played one game in how long? You can't even judge him." And
Sack the manager,
we
done a
still
good
have
job.
we still have Pogba to come back. Like I want to see how Pogba
Yeah,
integrates in the
that's
system,
crazy.
and who knows, he might sign a contract, he might not. But this season, he's still gonna play a couple games at least. So I want to see how he integrates in the system. But I think it's important if you're playing a 4-2-2, you need to play Sancho and Bruno behind because they are
Hundred
literally our
percent.
only
Yeah,
two creative players. People say Sancho, oh, Sancho did this in Bundesliga, he did this in Bundesliga. You see, with our players, we're always trying to do a through ball and have man cutting like Rashford and Greenwood. Sancho isn't that type of player. Sancho is a player with ball on his feet, and he will try to do his tricks and create opportunities for others. You've got to let him thrive and do that. And then Bruno is a no-brainer, obviously. People who think we play better without Bruno are just dumb. Like Bruno's been our best player for a long while. Like you need him on the pitch. So I think like if you're playing 4-2-2, that front four, Ronaldo, Greenwood, Sancho, and Bruno would work. But you need to
perfect. I
give them
think.
games together. You need to
Mm.
give them games together. Like you have to give them run a game so they start getting used to what they're doing. Like, can you even think of one partnership in our team? Like, can you think of two players who actually link up well because they've got
To,
like no cohesion at all?
to be fair, like I think I don't know what I think it's the Burnley game. Was it Luke Shaw and Sancho on the left? Because I
I
think
think
that
it was
partnership
Sancho.
was
Yeah,
quite they were quite decent. I mean, I want Sancho on the right because we bought him for that reason
yeah,
because we have no right
exactly.
mid in
Yeah,
the team. Greenwich is a makeshift right mid. And yeah, you're right. Like with Bruno and Sancho, like it's the reason it's perfect is because Bruno is that creative guy that can find the ball in it, the free ball and stuff.
yeah,
And Sancho's that dribbling player that he can just do the crosses,
exactly.
the whips, and he can score as well, innit? And he's ball control and close control is amazing, innit? He keeps the ball, doesn't lose it. And Bruno's the other guy that will lose the ball, innit? But I think it's the perfect balance. And that team is something that I want to see. And I don't think we've used that team yet. So, but then it
That's what
all
I'm saying.
goes back to that
I
midfield.
can't remember us using that front four, to be honest with you.
It goes back to midfield. Them front four can do everything. But if they don't get the ball
Yeah.
from the midfielders, it's also done for. What was that game
Yeah.
where Bruno played? He played deep. He dropped back and went deep. What game was that?
Yeah. I'm not
Newcastle
sure.
game. Newcastle game.
Yeah.
Bruno, he went CDM essentially, or centre mid, and that changed it. And it's so crazy that attacking midfielder played
Has to
so
drop
deep
back.
and did more than
Yeah.
better than
Exactly.
the CDMs and centre mids we have. It's ridiculous, and that's just the issue that we're gonna have the whole season. We're gonna
Yeah.
complain about this in about 6 months' time, and nothing's gonna result unless you buy a midfielder. It's ridiculous, and this is why I believe.
On that topic, yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
Now that's why I believe that the transfer we should make, which is the next topic, is either Zakaria and Neves. And the reason I say those two is because Zakaria is young, 25. Neves is, I think, is 24. I think they're both young.
Yeah, 24.
They're both young players. Zakaria is probably more like a deep holder. I know Neves is as well, but Neves can play like that.
He's more of a
Pushes up
box to
just a
box
bit more.
Neves.
Yeah. He's box, but he can play deep, like because you got that ping.
Yeah.
And this is the thing we ain't got in our team. We don't have anyone pinging the ball like left, right, because this is our issue. Is this was our issue last year, where we kept using Rashford. Now we've got Sancho. Now we can ping the ball both ways, right? And we don't have the player to do that. And there are times McTominay, Fred, they try it, they do it, but it's not consistent enough to the
It's
point
not
where
there. Yeah.
we need to stretch the team and stretch the opponent, make them tired and stuff. And switching the ball is how you do it. And Ruben Neves can do that perfectly. And Sakari is more of like he can do that as well, but he's like a brick wall. He can play that through ball that we can't do in it.
You know what it is though? It's like our last game against Wolves. You saw the partnership with Matinho and Ruben Neves, and they destroyed the midfield. Like they handled our midfield, and it's like we're united. Like if we want someone like Neves who can control the midfield, just go out and get him. Whether it's January or someone like why do we need to wait? It shouldn't be taking this long to get someone like Neves. He plays for Wolves. You know, they're below us on the table. They're not a big club. They're not really going for Europe or anything. Like, why can't we just go and snatch him? You're telling me that we can't like attract a player from Wolves? That's stupid. Like, just go out, put a bid in and get, because he is that type of player where if you do link him up with a good DM, he's that transitional player. You know, that's what we're missing a lot.
Yeah, literally.
Like he's a transitional. He can take the ball from defense to top and actually help supply. Like we have Pogba for that, but God knows what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna leave, and he's injured anyway. So we'll just get him in. And you're talking about Zakaria. I'm pretty sure his release cost is like 6 million or something like that, like something crazy. Like, what do you mean? I don't know what's up with that. He's 25 years old. Every big club is in for him. It's basically his decision. But I don't see United getting linked to him. Why is Liverpool, Barca, Bayern, all these clubs getting linked to Zakaria, who's a world-class DM, but United ain't when we're in for a DM? I just don't understand. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I think our recruitment team is horrible. And then I heard, oh my God, I heard another funny story. Yeah. So Ralph, right? We got Ralph Ragnick from Leipzig, right? And then apparently we're going for Haidara, right? But apparently the scouting team want to scout Haidara more. Ralph was literally banding the guy for how long? You're telling me.
This is insane, bro.
I started laughing.
The guy managed to coach him. And you still want to scout him?
Oh man, how long does it take? A guy, we have the manager who literally coached him at our club right now, and you're telling me you want to send out scouts to make sure he's a great player. If Ralph wants him, go out and get him. He could be that perfect guy to hold our midfield legit, and he's so young as well. Like he could be that guy who could hold our midfield for years to come. Why do we need to scout a guy who we already know is really good? It just doesn't make sense to me at all, man.
The crazy thing is, you know how you mentioned Zakaria and Neves and stuff. Like our midfield is both. They need both.
Yeah, legit. If we can get both Zakaria and Neves in that midfield, we're so.
I don't get. Because the thing is, Ruben Neves, he's that box-to-box midfield and that transitional player as well.
Yeah.
But I can trust him to play the deep role as well, because you don't have to be strong and physical, which he is. You just have to be smart when you defend as a CDM. Like, it's about timing and the interception you get in. And I think Ruben Neves got the knowledge to do that. And this is why I said previously that Van der Beek could play in that role. I'm not saying he should ever play in that role, but I'm saying he'll do a better job than Fred McTominay, because these people are not smart. Van der Beek's smart. He knows how to time his tackle. He knows when to mark that man. You know what I mean? It's about football knowledge, and that's what Ruben Neves got. And Fred and McTominay unfortunately didn't have that. You know what I mean? But the thing I can
No,
say
but
about them, they're not
McTominay's got
CDMs,
passion, you
so
know. McTominay has passion, so that's why. That's
convincing,
why
isn't
if
That's
you tell
enough, lad.
Roy Keane loves him because of his passion. So why not? He's a passion merchant, man. He has no skill whatsoever. But he's a passion merchant, so that's why he's in our
Then he got
midfield.
one shot and he could drive a couple times. That's about it. It's ridiculous,
It's just
man. But
funny.
like, yeah,
Like
they're the signings they make,
it's so funny.
honestly.
But it's like it comes back to what you said earlier. You're telling me there are 15 teams in the Premier League with a better midfield than United.
Yeah,
United, whose old midfield had people like Roy Keane, Scholes, Carrick, bloody Varane, had Brian Robson, all these people in our midfield, and now we're dealing with Fred and McTominay. It's actually depressing. Like it is very depressing. Like I didn't think we'd win the league. I'm not gonna lie, but I did think we'd be challenging.
yeah,
I thought we'd be up there,
yeah. I did think
especially
so
when
as
you're
well.
signing Mr. Champions League Varane and Ronaldo in there. Like I did think we were gonna challenge, but it is what it is. Clearly, we need to do a lot in January. Hopefully, we do get in a midfielder. We're linked to that Alvarez guy who can maybe bring a spark to our forwards. But now I'm
I
hearing
don't
we're
think
not
it's
even linked to that
happening.
guy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If you could get someone up top though, right, to like help gel the team together, who would you go for? Like, what
Well,
type
as
of
in a
player would you
striker,
go for? A
striker.
striker, a winger, like with someone that plays up top that can maybe gel the team. Like, who? What's the type of player
Well,
you go for?
a realistic player we can get, or just anyone.
Realistic. I mean, obviously, if you say anyone, you
Hard.
go for like a Mbappe or a Haaland or something like that.
That's a
To be fair,
hard
we are
one. I
linked to
mean,
Haaland.
someone that's available.
What did you think of the reports linking us to Werner though, to help him integrate the 4-2-2?
I heard that. So the thing is, he actually could play that system, innit? He
That's what
plays
I
that
was
system
saying. Yeah,
perfectly. But at Leipzig, he did it as well, yeah. So I would, you know what it is? For me, yeah, actually Werner's a good player, and I still believe he's a good player. It just when
yeah,
Spain's got wrong, he just went wrong, innit? Because like for
yeah.
me, yeah, he misses open goals, right? Now, the reason why I say missing open goal doesn't make you a bad player is because actually missing open goal has no technical ability. It just you
Yeah.
fluff your lines, isn't it? And he's just doing it
You
too
fluff your
often.
line.
Because an
But
open
you got to look at the
defender can
pros,
score an
right?
open goal.
You got to look at the pros of Mr. Lombardo. You put yourself in that position in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
he clearly has something about him.
Because the thing is, like we've seen him at Leipzig, he can score goals. He creates goals for himself, not just like
Yeah,
not creative. He does it himself. He scores some good goals. And for Chelsea, he still scored a couple of decent goals. But I don't know. The missing open goals, like I said, I don't think he makes it that bad. He just in the moment he just bottles it. That's clearly what he
yeah.
like. Because he doesn't. His technical ability is amazing. I think he's so good on the ball at times. In He can play wing
100%.
at times as well. But I mean, it didn't work out. And honestly, no lie, I'd actually take him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
I'd take him. Yeah.
it's kind of like a banter of a transfer. I don't think the rumor is true or whatnot, but
I wouldn't want him though.
it's like
I'd say that.
yeah, I wouldn't want him, but if he's available, I keep saying it. Like no matter how much of a meme he is, I'll take him. Especially if Ralph is trying to play that 4-2-2,
Yeah.
and our forwards
But you know
just
what?
they're not kind of right now, so why not?
You said a player we realistic to get. This player's are realistic to get because of who he plays for. But the reason why it's realistic in some sort of ways is because that whole Pep roulette in it. Yeah, they're not starting it all the time. And the player that I
Pep,
take that
wait,
I've
you're playing
always
this player from C.
the player that I always like loved in it, yeah, watching at Leicester in it, is Mahrez in it. Because for
Wow,
me,
man.
this guy in it, this guy, bro,
No,
innit?
get out of here, man. You
When
can't
he
say a City
holds the
player,
ball,
bro.
bro. Nah, what do you mean, son? I'll take the ball
Nah,
out, innit? But
man.
the way he holds the
That's a
ball, bro,
City
innit?
player.
Like he's inconsistent at times, but he's got something that Rashford could never, innit? Like when he goes up top, when he attacks, right, takes the ball down the wing, he assesses his options, right, does his little skills and that, he realizes he can't go through. He actually has the ability to not just pass it back, to create a little gap and pass it to midfield rather than centre back.
It's his
Yeah,
feet.
but
Yeah,
Rashford, he doesn't try attack, fam. The ball comes to him straight back to left back, centre back, whoever he is. Like he's such an intelligent player, innit? And the fact that it annoys me that he doesn't play every game, because for me, he's like he's such a sick player, and I'd take him any day. Like he links up so well with the strikers, the fullbacks, midfielders. He's perfect.
As much as I love Mahrez, I'm disgusting. You said the City player, man. Guys, look, he's I don't want to see players, you know. I'm not saying that.
He would take
I don't want to
Diaz,
see play.
he would take
No,
Rodri, he would take De Bruyne, he would take everyone, bro.
Okay, look.
Are you mad?
Ruben hold on. Wait, Ruben Diaz, yeah. To be fair, I
think
said
it's
I want Ruben Diaz. I said I want Ruben Diaz before he went City. So you can't really say that, to be fair. Like I did want Ruben Diaz back in the days
No, he's a
when
sick
we were
player,
linked
yeah.
to him. Yeah.
He's not a fraud, but he's a good player. But I think anyone in Man City can perform in it. I've always said that. In Portugal, you saw what happened in the Euros. He got exposed, didn't
he got
Like,
exposed really badly. But that's not his fault. He didn't have John Stones with him, innit? Like he needed John Stones next to him, so
Maguire
it's
had
not
John
his
Stones
fault.
with him, and Maguire played better than John Stones. How does that make
Legit,
sense?
bro, look, Maguire had John Stones with him, and they went to the Euros final. So tell me, clearly Stones is the one. But now, obviously, I'll take a lot of players from City. But as a United fan, I'm not
Who
part of
would you
that.
take,
You
though?
know, I mean, I think in this current team, I'd have like as much as I know they've got their best players in De Bruyne, in Bernardo Silva. I love Bernardo Silva. I'll take him, but I think right now in the current team, it makes sense to go for someone like Rodri, like just to have someone that can hold down the midfield.
I thought you said forward,
Yeah, I
though.
think. Oh, are we talking forward? I thought you said from the City team. Oh, from forward, I can't lie. I'd probably take. Are we counting Silva as a forward?
Bernardo.
I mean, we put him in your top 10 forward.
Yeah. He's predominantly
I'll take
driving,
him. Yeah, I'll say Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
I think that guy's class. And he's got the Portuguese link up, so I think it'll work. But talking about like transfers and stuff. How do you think the January transfer window's going?
I mean, well, we're like, what's that? 7 days in, innit? Yeah.
7 days in. Yeah, we've had quite a couple of big transfers.
The thing, but I think it's kind of dead. Like at the same time,
it's quiet. Yeah.
But if the big teams, they haven't really got involved yet. But I mean, the signing. I mean, Trippier.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can only think of like four big signings, but that's about it. I think.
Yeah, but Trippier for Newcastle. I mean, is that a good signing? I'd say yes and no. Because is he hungry? I don't know, innit?
No,
the money's there, bro.
I don't think you're telling me someone from Atletico Madrid, right? Atletico Madrid, who are title challengers, who are likely to win the Champions League, has just come over to relegation Newcastle. He's not hungry. He's hungry for the money.
Because the contrast is, so I'm hearing Digne wants to leave and he's leaving. Newcastle wants him. Yeah. He said no. He's not trying to go that low. He wants to go for a better club. He has aspirations to be at a good club, right? Clearly at the end of his career, and he's looking for the money, innit? Trying to get the bag. He's in the Premier League, you know what I mean? So
I don't believe
it. I think it makes sense, but I think that's a decent signing. Who's their right back? I don't know, Manquillo.
They had Manquillo, yeah.
He's not even that bad though, so I'm not sure why they signed him.
He's not, yeah. I don't know. I think they signed him here because when we wanted him, Atletico said 30 million. And these are going for like 12 million. So they were like, might as well.
Something like that.
Let's just get the profit in, honestly.
Inflation, bro, is ridiculous. The tax we pay is actually sad. But I think that's a decent signing. For 12 million, you can't go really go wrong. He's still a good player to have in your team, man.
Yeah.
For Newcastle,
and he's got Premier League experience. Yeah, he's got Premier League experience. He's played with Atletico. He's a main guy. So it's still a good signing for them.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good signing. But I mean, it's not a signing I would make, obviously. But what are you saying for Ferran Torres? Because that was a bit of a mad signing.
See, look, like, I think Ferran Torres is class. I find it funny how when they signed him, like City fans are going on saying, "Oh, we signed him for this much and he's better than your winger and whatnot." You don't even have it no more, so you can't even say that. This guy left off like 2 seasons. he's funny, but I think Xavi. I think you can tell what Xavi's trying to do. He's trying to get all of it. He's trying to get like the Spanish contingency in Barcelona.
He's trying to get them back in it.
Players he's trying to go for like Alonso and all that. Like he's trying to get the Spanish core in the team. And I genuinely think Ferran Torres is a great signing. Like I think he's a great player. He could be that guy who like helps with the transition in their forward play. He can link up with Depay. Who else do they even have? I don't even know, to be honest with you. But I think he's a great signing. That's a Dion playing for Barcelona. Actually, that is sad. But I think that's a great signing for them. I think he's quality on the ball. I think he's a very smart player, and he's young, to be honest with you. So he's got a long way to go. Yeah, he'll probably stay there for a long while, to be honest with you.
I was actually
what was the budget? What was the price?
I think it's 55, 50 million, something along that.
That's kind of sick if you think about it.
How did Barca get the money? But anyways, I think that's a sick signing. I was surprised that he actually wanted to leave and Pep let him go, because the thing is, Pep Roulette, as annoying as it is, it worked, because you saw like Mahrez when he came in, Bernardo Silva last season. These players, they get integrated in the team, but they don't start straight away. So I thought this year was his year, and I thought if he just bided his time, I'm telling you now, he would have been successful.
Yeah,
but he clearly, I don't see him as that ambitious, because I know Barca's a hard to go to at this current stage, but I think he went because he's back home, Spanish, Xavi, probably sports Barcelona. I don't know.
You also think about like this though. It's like Xavi is doing a rebuild there, and I think that's why Ferran Torres is gone. I think he wants to be part of a rebuild to help because Barcelona are still a big club. They're just not where they should be right now, you
Mm.
know. And I think he's thinking in his head, look, I could be that type of guy to help them become that big club again.
Yeah, I guess you can see it like that. Yeah, I
It
think, but
could
he
be,
made
yeah.
a brave decision though, because he left the club that's probably going to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup. Wait, I think they have that, innit? They have to have that. They have
Are
that
they,
FA Cup.
they have that?
Nah, they have it.
Yeah.
But like, he could easily got another medal to his name, but he
Yeah,
left. So it takes a brave man to do that. And I mean, I think it's gonna be a sick signing for them because he's still so young. It takes some time. Barcelona will get the best out of the players eventually.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a sick signing. And for Man City, to be fair, it's a good signing as well. I mean, to sell the player because 55 million.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of money
For
a guy
a
that
player who
barely
just
played.
rotates. Yeah, legit. Like for them, they could set anyone in the forward and it probably wouldn't even affect them.
I mean, it's scary because that 55 million. I mean, they don't Man City don't need money in it. But I know who that's going straight to Haaland, isn't it?
I'm not talking about that. That's for another day. That's for another
Don't worry, a couple months.
I'm not talking about Haaland to City, bro. After we could have got him like 3 years ago, I'm pissed. I don't even want to mention Haaland right now. Nah, I saw the reports, but Haaland to City, it's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's gonna end it. If they get him, you know, it's over. They're already about 5 in a row, innit?
The Prem is finished. The Prem is actually finished.
And Ryan
they're already
quiet because he's be like, my client's getting trophies. Like, no matter. But anyways, we'll move on to, for me, it's interesting signing, innit? Obviously, you know who he is, Coutinho. That for me is a mad signing, and the fact that Villa got him in that team.
Yeah.
With him and Gerrard,
I like
you
that
just
team,
never know what's gonna happen.
You know what's mad is you look at the midfield with McGinn and Douglas Luiz, like they hold it down nicely. And then obviously they had Grealish last year, who was that playmaker for their team, who was creating transitional. And now you got Coutinho, who don't get twisted, I don't rate Coutinho that highly, but for Coutinho to come to Villa, he's gonna help their team massively. Like he's gonna be behind Ings and Watkins. Like that's what I'm saying. His levels above what they have right now, and he's gonna help Ings and Watkins massively. You know what he has to offer. He's had Premier League experience before. He's a shooting merchant, maybe, but hey, nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. And I think that's a great signing. And you got the link up with him and Gerrard again. You know, Gerrard's gonna be obviously Gerrard's gonna know what his strengths and weaknesses are. So I think that's a great signing for them.
Because you saw like what James giving Premier League never got gassed. And for me, Coutinho is much better player than James. He's played more consistently when he's at Liverpool. James had like that World Cup one season. And
that was about it.
Like everyone got gassed when he came. Coutinho is much better than that. And I feel like his talent, like Barcelona just didn't make use out of him. He didn't fit the system, didn't fit the team at all.
100%.
I still think he has potential, and you're gonna see them bangers in it. That's what I'm gonna say. Just
wait for them bangers that's what I'm saying. I do feel really bad for that guy though, because his career was on a mad high, like, and then he went to Barca. I don't know what it was. Like he didn't buy into Klopp's ambition, I guess, and whatnot. And he went to Barca and it just didn't work out for him. He ended up his best game was probably against Barca from his loan move to Bayern. That was the highlight of his Barca career, like against them, which is actually so sad. Like
I can't believe that he's even allowed to play that game, but it's not
legit. That's stupid. But I think he can come back and reignite his career. Hopefully, go back to a decent level. I think it's a great signing for Villa. I think it's a signing they needed, to be honest with you, to help cap that midfield. Like I think it's a great signing.
I mean, that bloody team is looking. Let me feel better than us. Like, it's mad.
Probably better than us, to be honest with you. I can't even lie.
It has to be, but I mean, there's another. I mean, look talking about Villa. I've seen some rumors, and it scares me that they can get this kind of player, and it's Bissouma, the guy that I wanted for like 2 years. Bissouma is linked to them. They're trying to get him. I mean, we just talked about Douglas Luiz, McGinn. I mean, they got Nakamba, so they got some good midfielders, and they're getting another CD. Like, what? Why can't we just sign these guys, man?
I guarantee you, they'll probably, if they are actually linked to this, they'll probably do that deal in like 2 days. Whereas United would have taken at least 2 years to scout the guy who's been in the Prem for how long, bro?
Somehow,
it's
Villa
such a bad thing.
We'll make Brighton pay them. Like, sign out that.
We would have to pay at least 60 million minimum for Basuma. They'd probably get for like 10 million plus. God knows who, man. It's actually a joke thing. But if they can get Basuma, that'll help their midfield, massively.
Such a good signing, and I'd be annoyed for that because it means Bissouma won't leave anytime soon again. And after that, I mean, to be fair, Bissouma leaving Brighton, I don't think. I know the Villa team's better, but Brighton's such a good team. The system they play, Potter's great manager.
Well, their fans tried to boo Potter, and Potter
Yeah.
was just shutting them down, saying, "You've never been here before. Like, be
Like,
happy with what I'm doing with your team. Like, they're top 10 in the
exactly.
league right now, and the
It's
fans
mad.
are booing them. How are you booing a team that should be relegated? To be honest with you,
Like,
and you're fighting
they're
for top
4 points
10.
behind us. Like, what the
Oh no
But yeah, it's
way! Oh
crazy.
my day!
Yeah,
Potter
bro.
ball,
Wolves are
Potter
there as
ball,
well. What ball
Potter
stays
ball, bro.
activated? Now, he's such a good manager. I'm surprised no one's gone for him. I think he'd be perfect for someone in the top 6, 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean that's that. But another player that I mean, this guy is a controversial guy at the moment, isn't he? It's Aubameyang. That his career's gone
Oh,
downhill. And I said this.
he's
I said
yeah,
this last season when there was talks about him, look, the contract thing, him going to Barcelona,
yeah.
all of that. I said from that moment, like I have this little special talent in seeing people decline. I can see the decline. I saw it in Sanchez. I knew he was going to fall off. I predicted
Yeah,
Hazard to flop. I mean, I predicted some of these things, and I said he would regret not leaving because it happened with Özil, and it happens. It happens with so many players often. Like they signed that one big contract because they know they're getting that money.
yeah,
And to Aubameyang's credit, like he doesn't seem like a player that's lazy and stuff. Like he does try in it,
yeah.
but he's had a tough year because he had malaria and stuff, and he had COVID. He had some health issues as well, so that's why he's not playing. But I think his mental is not there. He's not there for Arsenal. You can
I
see he's
think
coming late and
like
stuff like that.
he
I think he's
he
done.
carried the club for so long, right? Where it's like
Yeah, to be fair.
people will say he got overpaid and whatnot. I think he was warranted
No,
that contract. Like he deserved it.
100%.
Like he was the main guy for a long time. He was the only guy who was actually keeping them as a semi decent club. Like, but I think the thing
Because of
with
that,
Arsenal right now is the thing with Arsenal right now is they look good. Like their youngsters look really good. You have Saka, Smith
yeah,
Rowe coming to the like
pissing me off.
come to the, you have Erdegaard who's playing really good right now. So and I
Yes,
feel like
about
they just
time.
need like they need that a striker like a striker they could have at the
Mm.
focal point who could just bring everything together. They have so many transfer targets and like Isak and Vlahovic and these players I think would fit Arsenal perfectly. I think it's time for Aubameyang to leave. You know, it would it
Yeah,
would
he's
it
got
would it would
absolute.
help Arsenal a lot financially, and it'll probably help reignite
Mm.
Aubameyang's interest in football because he seems like he's not interested whatsoever
This
anymore.
interesting, bro. As a captain, you can't
Legit,
be coming late. You can't be like on
yeah,
the field as well because he doesn't work that hard sometimes, innit? I've seen him walk around laboured and stuff like that. But when he was playing left
yeah,
wing and that, he was a beast, innit? Like he was doing all these runs. He wasn't playing his right position, but he was doing
yeah.
so much running in it. But yeah, you're right. He looks disinterested, and I don't know why that is. Like, not really sure why
I
that's
just
the
feel
case.
like
But I mean,
he just doesn't have faith in this Arsenal project. To be honest with you,
maybe. But then
I
the
think I
crazy thing
think because
is,
you look at it though, like he's old, like he's getting old now, and I think he's just tired of being in
mm,
projects. You know, I think he just really
yeah,
wants
to be
to
fair,
win
he wants to
something.
just win something. But this is
Exactly.
the thing,
Like,
though.
the
Why did you
reason
come
why
Arsenal?
yeah, like, I don't get that. Like you can't come Arsenal and expect to win everything. Like no disrespect to Arsenal, but they're not gonna be there. Like especially with the teams in the Premier League, especially with teams that get
Yes.
stronger every year in the Premier League, they're not gonna be
Uh,
there. And I think it'd be good for both of them if he left. Like Arsenal could focus on their young players who actually look hungry, who look like they want to do well in the club,
that's
and then
how
he
it
could
is,
just
isn't it?
go do his own thing. Yeah,
But this is the thing with Arsenal, as well as they're doing what they're fourth now and they're doing quite well, as well as they're doing the problem with youngsters is they can't maintain that for the whole season. Like Smith
mm.
will fall off
Yeah,
eventually. Well, I hope he does it
100%.
because he's a good player. I want to play well, but he could easily fall off. Saka, I mean, to be fair, he's got more experience than him.
Yeah,
Odegaard is obviously an experienced player. I mean, he doesn't play much, but he's an experienced player. And you got Martinelli as well, who's always injured and that. They need someone to step up. That's why I
yeah,
believe they should buy a striker and a midfielder
yeah.
because they need to bolster that midfield and get that experience. Because Xhaka, as experienced as he is, the guy's
He just
like
not it.
nah,
Yeah,
innit? Like he
he's
just
just not
can't
it.
stay on the field, nothing like that. So they need that experience, and I think
Nah,
that's what
yeah,
Arsenal needed
fully
for so
get
many
that.
years. And that's what I thought Partey was. I thought Partey was that guy, the backbone they needed, but he just hasn't been up for it. He plays it on good every like 6, 7 games, innit? And yeah, but
You
Aubameyang
know, it's
leaving
yeah. I
doesn't
do
help.
rate Party because he left Atletico to come to Arsenal to help like that team grow. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't understand the transfer at all. Like why? I think they got
No,
Torreira. I think they got Torreira on loan or something, and I'm pretty
yeah,
sure he's doing better than Party. But I don't know. Like I never understood that transfer. But I
but
do
it
think
is
Party's a
though.
great player.
It's like it's the Premier League, innit? That's what Premier League do. As bad as
Yeah,
Arsenal are compared to Real Madrid, the Premier League just attracts everyone in it. And
Premier League attraction
some
is
people have
just
the
too big.
ambition of
Yeah,
playing for Arsenal to this day, which I
yeah,
never understood why. But I mean, like, yeah,
yeah. I
Partey's a
just
sick
want to put it
player.
out there. Brian Kent is better than Henry. If you know, you know. All right, we'll leave that there. But yeah, Party, I think is a great player. I think once he gets like a good midfield partner also with him, I think he'll work out well.
But on Aubameyang, I think he needs to leave, and Barcelona is a good place at the moment, isn't it? Because they're getting all
Yeah,
these strikers and
that
stuff like that.
rebuild.
He
Yeah,
wants to leave. I heard Depay, they don't mind selling him. It's just crazy,
huh?
but
Already,
yeah,
already.
yeah. So basically, like
Oh
you know
my
how they wanted
days.
Morata, right? They're willing to
Oh
give
yeah, they gave
Depay for
Morata,
a
innit?
trade, but the Juve didn't want Depay. So I don't
Oh
know,
my
innit? Like
days.
Depay's a good player for me. I wouldn't give him
Yeah,
away, but
I'll take you. I'll take the pipe from
this is
Morata as well.
Barcelona in it for you, innit? They lost Aguero. Wouldn't be surprised if they won a better striking. Morata for me is a third striker, but
Yeah, he's
Xavi
not
it.
it. He's
Xavi
not it.
bought it.
I
Xavi
want
bought
to see what Xavi ball is, fam. They even got Danny Alves back just to help the locker room. So let's see. Let's see what they could do. I don't know what their club. They're sort of worst club, man. I swear. And now they're beef with City and all that. It's just funny.
we need to take De Jong, man, and get him out of that club.
Bro, legit. But the thing is, you still get benched by McFred, which is kind of sad. So let's see.
McCready just thinking, we left Ajax for this.
What legit? That's depressing. That's fully depressing.
But yeah, but there's only one other guy that was talk about transfers. It's Origi. I mean, he's a bit of a pointless bit to talk about because for me, I think
Yeah,
he's a crap player. I don't think he's that great. But I mean, he's been linked to a couple clubs in Italy. But he apparently wants to go to Premier League instead. He wants to stay here. Of course he does. Who doesn't want to? But I mean, with Origi, yeah, I think Liverpool should sell him. But the reason why Liverpool won't sell him is because now AFCON,
yeah.
Liverpool are
Now,
losing
now
their
it doesn't make
players.
sense to sell him.
They
Now,
don't have the
they
depth to be
actually need to
fair.
buy another striker. To be real, like
Yeah, they ain't got
they
the
can't
depth
risk
on that.
losing a striker. Yeah,
And to be fair, when he comes off the bench, he performs, which is surprising.
yeah.
I think he's a crap
It's
player,
surprising.
but he performs. But for
But
his
he's a
own
super
career,
sub.
I think he should leave. I think he should leave.
Yeah,
And I think the fact that he's looking to leave now, he's finally thinking maybe it's because you can see at a club of win trophies, left, right, not play. But then
yeah.
what does it say
What's that
about
gonna
you as
do
a
for your
player and
career?
as a person?
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think he's finally thinking and trying to leave. And to be fair, I mean, he can go anywhere, like in Brighton or something. I don't know, man. Do
yeah.
you think
You can
there?
go to like Newcastle, them type of
Welbeck
teams.
and
You
out
know.
front, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I mean,
imagine a
he's at the
Origi
busy.
Welbeck partnership. Oh my days, that'll be hard. That'll be hard.
Yo, Welbeck scored against Chelsea, fam. I give him credit. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
That's true. Welbeck was the one.
Bloody ball job. Now, but yeah, Origi, I mean, nobody cares about him, innit?
Yeah,
But no,
he's done now.
let's get on to actually this guy for a second, innit? We didn't talk about him earlier. But I mean, what's happened with Martial? Like, is he going to stay? I don't know, bro, innit?
Do you know what it is like? I mean, Ralph has come out and said that he's spoken to Martial. Martial says he wants to
And
leave.
he wants
I
to
heard
leave.
that he's been contacted by Sevilla, Barca, and Real. Like I think Spain is going to be the most likely outcome for him.
Yeah,
I think it'll be
100%,
good for
yeah.
him. Yeah, I think it'll be good for him to be honest with you. Like he is a class player. Like when Martial used to play for us, he is a
Oh, I
class player. I
love
think
that guy, man.
the biggest issue with Martial though is his head. Like he's only a good player when he knows he's the main striker for the team. Like when he knows he's the focal point of the team, that's when he performs. It's about getting the comfort zone for him. Like you could just tell he only plays good when he's
Yeah.
comfy,
It is. He needs to be
which is
loved.
kind of annoying.
You get me? It's a bit weird, but
But
he needs to be loved. Like he needs the manager to say, "I got confidence in you and carry
yeah,
his team."
exactly.
He needs that protection in it, yeah. And he doesn't have that. Like when he got stripped of his number, he just fell off. Like he didn't have a
fell off.
desire to play anymore because he felt like he got disrespected, no one rated him,
Yeah,
stuff like that. He needs that basically that care and people to say, you know what, we believe in you. You're
he
gonna
got
do
a
well.
drop.
He ain't got that.
A drop.
But I look to progress as a club, you gotta let these deadwood go in it.
Yeah,
And to be fair,
100%.
I mean, it'd be dumb to not let him go on a loan to buy with obligation because we need to make the money out of him, innit? But at the same time, I would like to see him be on just loan and see what he can do and show the world that he is a good player. Because the one thing I'd hate is him going and him showing the world how good he is, because then it shows that we are the problem.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we are the problem.
I mean, to be fair, we are the problem. Yeah, like
we're
we are the
ruining
problem.
Sancho. Varane is not the same.
Like for Martial though,
his thing, but anyways.
Varane's doing his thing, but he doesn't even have a good partner with him. So I don't blame him. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's got bloody fridge next to him.
The GOAT is back. Let's just say that for a second, innit?
Phil Jones.
What performance that was.
Tell me why we signed Maguire, please. Like Phil Jones, the game he played.
We had the guy there.
Why do we have Maguire? Why do you have Maguire? It's mind-boggling, bro. But yeah, I think with Martial is what you said. Yeah, he needs to feel loved. But him on the ball, like the way he holds up play is actually really good, and he knows what he's doing. He's very smart. Like he's a smart player. He looks for that link up. Like
Mm.
if he was in that front three, he knows how to link up play with our
He'd be
strikers.
so perfect, yeah, with Sancho and
Exactly.
Fernandez. But you
Exactly.
saw for the connection Fernandez he had last season, they were
Yeah.
so good together. And Sancho
Exactly.
is that guy, that 1-2 guy that he loves. Like
Exactly.
he's
Yeah.
a
Like
1-2
it
player,
makes
innit?
sense.
Yeah, he holds the ball. This is the difference between Martial and Rashford. Rashford doesn't hold the ball at all. When he does
Yeah.
whatever he does. Knuckle balls are passed. Who knuckle balls when they
Yeah,
pass?
I don't know
The
what
hell?
this guy does,
But Martial
he's
is
some BTEC
way
Ronaldo
a
as
bit
well.
better.
He's a full of BTEC Ronaldo, bro.
He scored one
Like as
knuckle ball
much
free kick
as I
against
love,
Chelsea, and he thought
like, I love Rashford. Obviously, he's a homegrown player, but he is a full of
honestly,
BTEC Ronaldo. Like you can't be doing that, man.
man.
Do your own thing, man.
Save the kids and that. But anyways, so that's what he's been doing. But I don't discredit that.
That's his
But
reputation as a footballer. But yeah,
it's sad because he is, and he's the last 2 years of his career would have been about, like, last season he played well, but it's been about him off the field. And obviously,
yeah,
that as good as that is and amazing that is, and what he's doing is mad. You want to be credited as a footballer, innit?
yeah.
Like that's
As
what
a
your
footballer,
career is.
yeah.
After football, that can be your main thing. That's fine, innit? But I mean, you're a footballer. You play the sport. You meant to play well, man. Like, bro, he's a good player. He just, to be fair, I always
He's
say
a
this for
class
Rashford.
player.
I think
Yeah,
he's capped. Like, I don't think he can go further in some ways. Like,
is
he
it?
needs to learn to change. Yeah, I think he needs to adapt his playing
Yeah,
style. That's the thing. I think because that playing style for me, just running out of wing thing, it don't work anymore.
it doesn't work. Nah, it
It don't
just
work
doesn't work.
anymore.
It's like it's very obvious. It's easier to defend with. Like smart defenders will position themselves, even if they're not fast
Yeah,
enough. They'll position themselves perfectly. Like people know how to hack it. It
yeah.
just doesn't work anymore. But
But
anyway,
I mean, I'm gonna say one last bit. I mean, we talked about United and United expectations, where we are, how we fell off. We predicted they'll be top four challenging.
yeah,
Who are you most surprised by and least surprised by, except United, from the league table? And tell
from
me
the
where
league
you expect
table.
where people to
Okay,
be roughly in.
so I think I've got two like I'm surprised by in a good way though. Like, I would say West Ham, but I still think like West Ham have a good team on paper and they've got
Mm,
a great manager. So I'm not that surprised. I did think they wouldn't do as well as they're doing. Like they're fifth in the table right now. I didn't think they'll do as well. I thought they'll probably be fighting for like top six, top seven, something like that. But they look like they can get Champions League very easily, to be honest with you. So I'll say them. But I think the team I'm most surprised by in terms of good is probably Brighton. I think it has to be Brighton. Like the way they've been playing before the season started, I think many people would have predicted them to be like bottom five. I think like their team just doesn't really have the players you'd think should be challenging. Like they're top 10, and
yeah,
they look like
system,
they
bro.
could go further. Yeah, and
Football
they've got a
system.
game in hand. Like they're on like 27 points with the game in hand. They've been on decent form. They actually play good football. Let's be real, they play better football than United. So
And for
I
most
think
teams, to be
they've
honest,
probably surprised me the most. Who would you say surprised you the most?
so I'll be honest, I got like a couple teams in it, so it's not really like one team, but a team for me that failed, down dead, apart from United, I think it's between two clubs, and one of them I give the benefit now. So one of them is Leeds. Now, obviously,
Yeah,
they came back in the league, they done well first season. The second season, we all
yeah,
know it goes wrong. But to be fair,
yeah.
they've had Bamford and Calvert-Lewin out and did the best players. So that's why I allowed them. And all these COVID cases, stuff like they're barely playing. So I'll allow them. But the one that have failed and drastically is Everton. Everton came
Everton.
in with
I
all
was
this
just gonna
big
say
talk and
yeah.
stuff like that. The
I
manager
was
and
just gonna
stuff.
say.
Rafa is better than that, ain't it? Like he's much better than
Do you
that.
know
He
what it
can't.
is? Yeah,
What are they?
it's
15th.
like Everton.
He
Yeah,
gives his hand off, but
they had Carlo Ancelotti for like one season, and they thought they're this big club.
he did.
He dipped straight after. He knew what this club really was. He took
Real
1 year
case.
and he just fully did. And then James Rodriguez, after Carlo Ancelotti left, he dipped as well. Like they are not a big club. Everton need to stop thinking they're a
Nah,
big club. They
they're
should.
fraud.
They're booing Rafa Benitez. They should be happy he's actually at your club. Like he does not
Exactly.
deserve
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be at Everton. You are currently 15th. You're fighting for relegation. You're fighting for survival. It's like your team just is not here, and I agree with that. Like
Thing is,
you can say Leeds were disappointing, but it's second season syndrome and kind of thing. It's like every
that
team will
happens, innit?
get onto you. Yeah, but Everton should not be 15th. Like they are
Thing is,
struggling like
yeah,
mad.
I find it's crazy. I don't know if it's Rafa or it's the club because this club backed Ancelotti, right? They bought Allen, they bought James, they bought Doucouré, they
Yeah,
bought some good players in, right? They spent a lot of money. But then when Rafa Benitez came in, he spent a what? He bought Towns for like 1 million or something like that. Demarai
yeah.
Gray.
He
They've done
bought
well for him.
Gray.
But
Yeah,
he needed that talisman. He like because obviously, to be fair, one thing I can say is Richarlison and Cavani have been injured. Cavani been injured for
Yeah,
the whole season pretty much.
Cavani
So
been injured for the
it
whole
is
season. Yeah,
unlucky because you have bloody big Solomon Rondon up front. So
yeah,
it's a bit sad, but I mean they should be doing better than that. They're a better club. Honestly, I'm surprised how bad they are. But then again, I'm not because this is what Everton do. You expect them.
exactly. Yeah,
They in their head they assume we are top four, top six. We're
you're not
challenging
even
in
you're
it
not
for
even
that.
close.
But they bought it because the
They're
league
not
is too
even
competitive.
close.
The top 10 is quite difficult.
Legit.
You've got Leicester at 10th, and I know what
Yeah,
we all know what Leicester are capable of, innit? And they're 10th.
yes, okay, well,
It
yeah,
just shows how
100%.
good of a job Brighton's doing, Wolves are doing. And Brighton, for me, the three teams are, and to be fair, yeah, you could say Brentford as well. Brentford, Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Wolves. I've been impressed with them because Wolves, from last season, they fell off. They didn't do well. They got a new manager
Yeah,
in. Jimenez, it's a bit difficult coming back the way he came back, but they've been defensively solid in it. And you saw against United
yeah,
what they did against us. They just showed how to play football, man. Hold the ball, wait for the time, defend well. And I've been surprised about them because last season, like I said, they fell off, and I didn't expect them to do that well. And the new manager, you just never know.
yeah,
And he's
100%.
proving that he's solid. Obviously, there's Brighton. You know what Brighton are, and they're doing well, and hope to continue. And Crystal Palace, the reason why I say them is because Vieira, new manager, and I thought Vieira would flop because you see what he done
Yeah,
at Nice.
I didn't think he'd do that well.
Like you think they flop, and to be fair, they're playing good football at times. I've seen when they play against us, they play decent football, and they're a good team. And Brentford, the reason I say them is because like second season. Wait, is that second season? Or first season? I don't remember.
No, no, no. This is first season, Brentford. I swear.
Our
Yeah,
first
this is
season.
first season.
What a man
That's
season!
why I
They're
wouldn't
12th
say
and they do
them.
well. They got a draw
But like
against Liverpool, something. They
they
played
beat
well in some games
Arsenal,
and they play
like
good football, bro. Like, and they
yeah,
still got two
they
games
do.
in hand. And you know what I'm
But
saying? So I feel like they're up
this
there
is
and
what
it's gonna
this
surprise
is
the
why I
season.
wouldn't say Brentford as well. It's because this is first season. Like every newly promoted team seems to somehow
Mm,
do well in their first season, just because clubs don't really know how to play against them. I think as good as
yeah,
their season is going now, I think they're a team that you got to judge more on how they perform in the second season because we've seen it
yeah, true.
happen
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
multiple times. Like they're a great team. Let's be real, but clubs will start learning how to play against them. They're gonna start struggling, and
mm,
I think next year they'll probably be in that relegation battle again. Who knows? I could be completely wrong. They could finish mid-table and sign some
mm.
great players and carry on
But
going forward.
yes,
But
I was
I
in one
think
way. The
Brentford you
other
can
two,
judge
they're
next year.
gone. Yeah, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
go
Because
for it.
Brentford, like, yeah, you saw what Leeds are doing in it, and I feel like it'll follow
Yeah,
and happen. They need to sign some players and stuff like that. But the other two teams I say is I pretty much said the whole league at this point is West Ham and Arsenal because West Ham, such a sick team. If they had the squad, the depth, and everything, I think they'd be in fourth. But
yeah,
because they didn't have the depth, like, and then Europa League as well, and they did well in the Europa League to get through as well. Like,
yeah,
I was thinking that's it. They can't compete and they didn't get Lingard, they didn't get the signing, but they bought Vlasic and stuff like that. So that's why I thought maybe it's a bit of a push and stretch. And I still think
yeah.
it would be because they're going to get a lot of games now because COVID's messed some of the games up. I mean, to be fair, they still played 20 games, but I mean, they're still surprised me. And the one that surprised me most is Arsenal. I know they got no European football, but they've impressed me the way they played. Like, obviously, in the beginning, see, they lost 3 games in a row. They were on like
Yeah.
minus, I don't know,
I
9 goals.
think
I don't know what they were on.
I think that's what impresses us the most about Arsenal is their comeback. Like they lost their
Yeah,
first 3 games. I mean, you could say that, but I think two of their first 3 games was Chelsea and City, so they
yeah.
kind of knew you weren't gonna win that. But it was
But
the
it's
fact that their
the
first game was against
mental
Brentford.
thing to lose 3 games in a row. It's like
You
you
did
come
you,
back from that, you done well.
and now they're fourth. They look comfortable. They look really good. The football they're playing is fluid. I think Arteta's finally getting his football out there, and they do look like such a good team to be honest
And the
with you.
City
And
game,
they are a team that United should fear kind of thing as well. It's like
yeah, 100%. But I mean,
we're not even close to them right now in terms of talent. I swear.
this is the one thing I've always said. I mean, look, Arsenal played well against City, and they should have won that
Mm,
game. And
yeah,
it was a test for them to show them can they compete with a good team, and they did. They genuinely
and they
did. They
can.
obviously got a red
Yeah,
card. They fell off. They still got that something what they can't get past by. But I mean, to be fair, it's Arsenal, man. Innit? Like Arsenal, the one thing I can rely on Arsenal
yeah,
is to bottle win it. And I can tell you right
yeah.
now, you man, we can do another podcast in about 6 months' time when the league finishes, 5-4 Marva, yeah. I can say right now, Arsenal not getting fourth. I can say
Is
that
it?
right now with chest. They're not getting fourth. I
See, if you say that,
might take that back.
you might as well do your prediction. Who do you think is getting top four?
Bro, I'm too biased with it though. That's the thing, bro. I can't
I know
get
that's the
United in my
thing.
head, bro. I
I'm
can't.
I'm too biased as well because I would say top three. I think Liverpool, Chelsea, and City. I think got it. I don't think I'm gonna go past that. And I think fourth, I'm gonna have to go with United. just because.
It
But I
has
think that's just
to.
because of
You had
bias.
the squad, bro,
But
to
hold
do
on,
it,
hold on.
man.
Maybe we discuss who gets top four after the window. Because if we can get a midfielder in, a good
Oh yeah,
capable
yeah, yeah,
midfielder,
yeah.
I think we can get top four easily,
Oh yeah, you know
comfortably.
what? You know
I
what?
think our team will be
But
rounded off.
I'm still gonna be biased. Even if you don't give me food, I'm still gonna be biased. But
Yeah,
I do
true,
say
true.
we're not gonna get top four with that midfielder, and I'm saying it. Obviously, I
Yeah,
want to be proved wrong in it because you could easily be proved wrong in it. Yeah, but like you go Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, fam, watch out for them because Conte's getting his
yeah.
Conte ball's coming in
Con-
it.
Con-
So
Conte knows how to play. That's the real
and
test.
they got 3 games in hand. So I mean, I know if they win their 3 games in hand, they go just behind Chelsea by a point.
But the
So I
thing is,
mean,
like, I had a friend say that as well about Conte and
a game
Spurs
in
in the
hand is a
game
game
in
in hand.
hand. But at the end of the day, you got Windows games in hand, and I still think Spurs are a big
And
bottle job. Like
yeah,
they still
100%,
don't look
100%.
like they still look like they struggle a lot of their games, and it is a big task to win your 2-3 games in hand. So I do think as much as a threat they are to top four, I don't think they'll touch that top three. To be honest with you,
Nah, but I was gonna say as well, I know Chelsea are second, 43 points, but if there is one team to bolt that first spot, it's them. And
yeah,
part of me believes, clings onto that hope they're gonna bottle third, innit? I just have a little feeling in it. I'm not saying we're gonna take it. I mean, if we're in fourth, we probably will, but I don't know. I feel
If
like
United
someone.
end up third, if United end up third this season, we'll take that. Honestly, like from where we are right now,
Bro, man will
from
take fourth, man.
midway through this year, 19 games in, we're currently seventh. Where I think like 11 points behind third. If we somehow get third, I will happily take that. I will
Yeah,
happily take that.
100%. I'll take that. But I mean, that's our expectation. I want to get third. I don't want to get fourth, bro. Like,
Yeah,
what last season? What did we get? Second.
yeah.
The progression was there, man. It was first, man.
Last season we got second. And we were like, yeah, we're gonna progress. We're gonna get our signings
Yeah,
in.
this is it,
We're
lad.
gonna fight for the title. We bring Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho, and we're sitting seventh in the league. Oh my days.
I've been
Our
thinking,
team
fit
is
Rashford's
something
back.
else.
Martial's gonna be
Our
on
team
job
is something
again.
else.
Luke Shaw just came
Our
off a
team
mad
is something
Euros.
else.
Like,
Legit, he had a mad
what?
season.
But you know what? I'll start
Honestly,
with the
man.
COVID, and we missed our players didn't come back for some of the games and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I
at the
think he did
start.
mess it up. But I mean, everyone had that issue as well. So,
Yeah,
but
you can't really use that as an excuse.
honestly, top four is just the only thing that I desire now. I mean, I did say I wanted semi-final in Champions League. No, I said actually quarterfinals earlier, but after seeing the
Yeah.
downfall,
You
I'm
know what
saying
it
we need
is though?
semi-final now.
I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I
We're in
think
the
it's
cup
more
run, I'm telling you.
realistic. I think
Cup
it's
run.
more realistic we get a semi-final Champions League than it is to get top four. Because Ronaldo, Varane, they go
It's the
hand in the
Champions League.
Champions League.
Yeah.
You've seen Ronaldo in
You
the
see,
Champions League.
Bruno performs as well,
The
bro.
only game, but the only game Ronaldo hasn't scored in the Champions League so far is the one where bloody Oli took him off for Lingard. Like every other game he scored, like he goes hard in the Champions League. No matter how finished you think the guy is, he is Champions League. Like
Nah, I swear,
nah,
Ronaldo scored in that game.
he didn't score that game. That was the only game he hasn't scored.
Who scored in that game then?
I can't remember, but at least we saw a stat.
Are you sure,
I,
man?
I swear, I'm pretty sure I saw a stat, and it was like the only game he hasn't scored in the Champions League
Because I
was
thought
that game.
there was a thing that said he scored in every game, but by the last game.
Nah. Was it? I
Are
could
you?
be bugging. I could be bugging. Or was it that he didn't score a winner in that? I don't know. I could be bugging, but he took him off and we lost that game, so I could be bugging maybe. But like I said, that's why I think like top semi-final Champions League is just a lot more realistic than top four in the Prem. To be honest with you, because
This is
we
why
got those players.
I got the memory and the stats, man. Ronaldo
I
did
sorry,
score in
I
the game.
apologize. I
Just
apologize. I
for
apologize.
that,
I
there, I'm just like the
apologize.
red card
Okay,
in the 33rd minute. But yeah,
nah,
that's what
my
I was saying.
memory
Because
clearly isn't good
him and
enough.
Bruno had a record where they
Had
couldn't
that
get a goal
record, yeah,
assist
yeah,
every
yeah.
game,
I
and they didn't
clocked
play
that.
the
I
last
clocked
game.
that.
So
But
it's insane.
that's my
It's
point, and
very,
it's like at the end of the day, a cup run is possible because it's literally moments. Like a cup run is full on just moments, and individual brilliance can carry you to a cup run, but it can't carry you to top four in the Prem. So I do think a Champions League semi-final could be quite realistic. I could be delusional. We could get knocked out in the next round, but who knows? I mean, we got Atletico. We got Atletico in the next round, isn't it?
Wait, don't worry, lad. Don't
Yo.
worry.
Scrap that.
Chippy
Scrap
there.
everything I've just said.
That Chippy ain't
Yo,
there, bro.
I just clicked. We got Atletico. Everyone, scrap everything
We
I've
got
just
that.
said. We're out of the Champions
Nah,
League.
we got that.
We're focusing on the FA Cup,
Bam.
okay? We're focused on
We
the FA
got
Cup.
that, bro. I'm telling you,
We'll
it's
get
a
we'll get a
3-1,
top two
both
finish in
legs
the FA Cup.
done. There's no
To be fair,
aggregate. I mean, away rules, fam. No one,
to
man.
be fair,
They're going to
Simeone shook up Ronaldo. Simeone should have Ronaldo.
Yeah,
That's our only
bro,
hope.
Ronaldo did that
He
celebration
is so
again.
shook Ronaldo. Legit, that's our only hope. I forgot we had a little
Really?
about.
Trick incoming.
If he
I
does,
take it
that
back.
would be
I take it
so
back.
lit.
We're winning
That would be so
7-2.
lit. No,
Take
guy,
it
this guy's
back.
waffling. This guy's waffling. Don't listen to him. This guy's
7-2, bro.
waffling.
Man's in look, man's in the stadium right
Hold on,
now.
hold on.
Ralph is there, bro. I'm chatting to him.
You look, come back. Come back to this video after we get smoked by Atletico. And right now, what he said.
Nah, on the real, you man.
I said
I'll tell you
17.
now. I changed it again. 8-1.
You're like this. It's over. It's over.
Now, I'll be real now. I genuinely think we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a tough game, innit? Yeah, but obviously we'll talk about that later in a few months. Well, it's next month, right? We'll talk about it then, but it's a hard game. But I feel like it's a Champions League. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Champions League. Everyone turns up for that moment. That's what I'm saying. Champions League is all about moments, and we've got those moments played. So
we've got that.
Hopefully we can make legit. So hopefully we can make it on Champions League. I would love it. Even if we get semi-finals, I'll take it honestly. But
I mean,
who knows? We'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, but anyway, lads. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I mean, I don't know how long we've waffled for, but I mean,
yeah, legit.
But anyways, that's that for now. Just let us know what other videos you'd like. I mean, we've got an idea then for our next video, which is going to be a Pokemon pack opening, of course.
Oh, we told them.
I didn't do that.
I was gonna try to keep it a surprise, but he told them already.
Nah, there is though. There is. We need to get them. This is the hook. You know what I mean? That's true. Next episode.
We ordered some premium packs, which we should hopefully be opening in our next video, face to face as well. So hopefully, it should be a fun video to be honest with you. For any Pokemon fans out there, it should be a great video. Yeah,
trust me, it's a mad video. But anyways, I mean that's that for today. It's been a pleasure doing this as usual. I mean, it's been 2 episodes, but
it's a great start. But, you start as you need to go on. It's a great start.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure.
But anyways, that.
And
See you
later. We out. Peace.